Good evening, guest and fellow Toastmaster. A warm welcome to meeting number 43 of the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club. I'm Toastmaster Bimpy Kumari, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours and also urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefits of it. Secondly, your video should be on and audio should be off, and unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. Third, regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmaster International doesn't put any restrictions on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Also urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity, inclusion in letter and spirit, hence ensuring there is no sexist, racist, or any such undertones that create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. Let me call upon the presiding officer for today's meeting. He is a winner of 2 DTM awards and completed 10 paths in Toastmaster pathways. He has been president, distinguished division director, or distinguished area director in the past. Outside Toastmasters, Sourav has played several leadership roles in Fortune 500 companies, startups, and nonprofits. Currently, DTM Sourav is building his own edutech startup that is Practive, which he founded in June 2020. A warm welcome to DTM Sourav Dutta. Please join me in giving him a round of applause as I pass the virtual stage over to you, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, our Sergeant at Arms. That was our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Bimpy Kumari. I want you all to give a big round of applause to our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Bimpy Kumari. This role of the Sergeant at Arms looks a very small role, 2 minutes of coming and telling us what to do, what not to do, most of which is commonsensical. We already know that, right? So that's what we think of the Sergeant at Arms role. But in reality, this is a huge role. They are the ones who actually set up this entire meeting. They are the ones who get all the introductions. They are the ones who plan everything. So we have seamless meetings because we have got hardworking Sergeant at Arms. If they were not working, then this meeting would be a real struggle. You would not get the links on time. You'll not get the intros on time. So that's a reason that I'm always thankful to the Sergeant at Arms for starting the meeting. And every time at the Gabbys, they start the meeting on time. Thank you, Bimpy, for doing a lovely job yet again. Good evening, everyone, or good morning, depending on whichever part of the world you are. And with this, we are going to get started with our meeting today. I hereby call this meeting to order. I see one guest, not Toastmaster, but a guest, Ankit Makhija. Ankit, a very quick 30 seconds introduction about yourself, who you are, where you are from, anything you would want us to know that's of interest.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Ankit Makhija. I have been logged in from Faridabad. I have been invited by Gauri Agarwal, and this is my first meeting. And I'm a modality graduate from the Scotland Napier University. Post that, I'm into my family business of bespoke tailoring, online and offline. And this is what about me. And I'm here to understand about the Toastmaster and how it can really enhance my skills about public speaking and communications. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Thank you for joining us today. So since Ankit is a guest, let me quickly walk through where this all started. This all started 100 years back, 1924, in US, when Dr. Ralph C. Smedley decided that when he was a director in YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association, that people who are otherwise extremely competent, extremely talented when it comes to speaking in public, whether it's to represent their, the work or do any kind of business presentation, they always struggle to make an impactful presentation. So he said that let me start a club where people can come and practice public speaking, because that's not something that we can do in front of the mirror, right? That's speaking to the mirror is not public speaking. So that's where he started this club. And from there, It became more like a movement. More and more people started joining. And then eventually, 100 years down the line, we are a thriving organization with more than 300,000 members across the world in close to 150 countries with 16,000 plus Toastmaster clubs. Now, while I said this mostly for the benefit of Ankit, I would also want all of us Toastmasters to remember this, that this entire movement got started not for socializing, not for us to have a nice time, not for us to do some bonding, but for serious business. The business of being able to present your business with conviction. And that is what prompted Dr. Ralph C. Smedley to start the Toastmasters movement. And that is what I want to talk about today, because this is something that I take a lot of pride in. There's a lot of things that I'm proud about the Gabbys, but one thing that I miss out on mentioning in many occasions is this. This is a club of immensely talented and accomplished professionals from various walks of life. Right here in this meeting today, we have a doctor, we have a space technologist, we have business leaders, we have retired business leaders, we have writers, we have chartered accountants, we have coaches, we have soft skills trainers. It's endless. And if you look at the entire members list of the Gabbys, you'll be amazed to see the kind of networking that you can do within the Toastmasters club. I'm not even talking about the entire fraternity, just within one club. It's amazing. So when the introductions are being read out, I would request all of you to pay close attention to the introduction. Probably you don't know, probably you'll get to know something about your fellow members and fellow Toastmasters today, because that's the part that we generally don't pay a lot of attention to, right? I mean, what is it there to know? But then there is to know. I'll tell you, when I had some medical crisis, I needed some second advice from some doctor. I didn't have to go and look on Google for a doctor near me, because I knew a doctor who stays near me and who's a member of my club, which is, at that point of time, it was Dr. Joane Joseph. And I reached out to her and she gave me all the advice that I needed. So the Gabbys is becoming more like a yellow book or a go-to page for anything and everything. I know if I need some help, I know there's someone in the Gabbys who knows what I need to do, but that I can reach out to. So please pay attention to the introduction. There's a lot that's coming our way. And it's also important for us to pay attention to this introduction, because that will also tell us that how people from various walks of life are overcoming their fear, because that's exactly what the topic is for today's meeting. That's the theme. And driving this theme is our Toastmaster of the day, who overcame this fear with so much of grace and with so much of power. This man on camera will appear to be a very gentle and a very peaceful man. Not that he is not that way. He's definitely like that, quite my opposite. But behind that peaceful demeanor is a very strong personality with a lot of conviction that I saw in the Speechcraft program. He had a heavy schedule. He had a lot of work commitments. He had a lot of things that he had to juggle with. And despite that, he was one of those people who completed the Speechcraft program so meticulously and with so much of diligence that I just have nothing but absolute admiration for him. Let me welcome, with a big round of applause, our Toastmaster of the day today, a Speechcrafter until very recently and now a Toastmaster, who is doing everything that he needs to do to go to the next level in terms of public speaking. Please welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Atul Srivastava. Atul, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, the presiding officer, DTM Sourav Dutta, for such a wonderful introduction for me. And I welcome all the Toastmasters and guests for today's wonderful meeting, which is going to touch a very important aspect of our life. In fact, there is hardly any person who has not experienced fear in his life. In fact, fear is most basic human emotion. We human beings always are on the path of progress, and our learning, any learning, it began with the basic instinct called fear. And we progress to the level, innovate new things, and due to having the capacity to explore universe and the people around us, derive scientific principles, exposures, and gain experience and share the same, whether it is negative or positive, with the upcoming generation. Our knowledge has been converted into wisdom by experiencing this particular emotion in our life, which has triggered us to move forward and win the journey of life. We all have personal and professional life, and we have to live it successfully. And for that purpose, we sometime in our life face fear. But people take it from the negative point of view. If we take negative point of view, it is some emotion which triggers with a perception of danger or threat of physical or professional or psychological. But it also helps us to mobilize and cope up potential challenges which we face in our life. But before that, we have to know that in our meeting, we have three very important sessions. One is for prepared speeches, second is table topics, and the third one is evaluation. So today's evaluation, we have a general evaluator with us today. And I would like to invite Toastmasters Joane Joseph. Now, Joane Joseph, she is a content writer and a passionate reader. She is an introvert who finds joy in conversation. She immerses herself in diverse music genres and languages, while her free evenings are spent treasure hunting in vintage books and stationery stores. Hailing from Mumbai, she cherishes the sunrise and sunsets at Marine Drive. I welcome the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joane Joseph. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. I'm audible, I hope so. Right? Can somebody unmute and say that, because I cannot see everyone.
Yes, you are
Thank
audible.
you so much. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're from. I'm the General Evaluator for this meeting. My name is Joane Joseph. You know, today I was reading a quote. It's a very famous quote. I think almost everyone has heard someday, somewhere in some self-help book. It says, what cannot be measured cannot be improved. That means if you want to improve in your life, if you want to progress in whatever you're doing, you need to have some way to measure what you're doing. And it's very difficult to measure people, right? You can measure time, you can measure your projects and achievements, but how do you measure people and their performance? To measure the Toastmasters meeting, to see whether the meeting is going in a great way, what all good things did we do today, and what more could we have done, and what lessons can we learn and take it on for the next meeting. To do all of this, it's my responsibility as a general evaluator. This is a huge responsibility, right? From the start to end, to keep an eye on the meeting and take care of every single member, speaker, role player. It's difficult to do this alone. So I have a team assigned to me who will take care of these things and help me with the evaluation. And that team is called the TAGL team. In Toastmasters, it's the tag team, but in Gabbys, it's the TAGL team. Gabbys always, goes one step further and does something innovative, and you'll know what the L stands for. So let me call in the T of the tag team, that is the timer for today, Toastmaster Maanvi Kumari. Maanvi Kumari is a biotechnologist turned into a psychology enthusiast. She is currently pursuing a PGD in training and development from ISTD Delhi. She says that aside from being a student, she has keen interest in interacting with people, making new friends, and seeing new faces. Over to you, Toastmaster Maanvi. Tell us, please, what is the role of a timer?
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests present here. I, being the timer of the meeting, will be helping you all out with the timing part so that we can We on time as per the agenda, and I'll be doing it with few cards. Right now you can see the blue screen of mine that will stay constant, but in the prepared speeches the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes, though we have a icebreaker speech today. So for the icebreaker speech the time limit is 4 to 6 minutes. Green card will be shown at 4 minutes, the yellow card will be shown at 5 minutes, and the red card will be shown at 6 minutes. For the 5 to 7 minute speeches, the green card will be shown at 5 minutes, the yellow card will be shown at 6 minutes, and the red card will be shown at 7 minutes. For prepared speeches, please note 30 seconds grace period is there on the either sides. Coming to the next section of the meeting, that is the table topic session. The table topic speakers will get 1 to 2 minutes. The green card will be shown at 1 minute. The yellow card will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card will be shown at 2 minutes. Please note the grace period in table topics will only be on the above side. That means the speaker who speaks for 1 minute and 2 minute 30 seconds is qualified. For the evaluations, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. The green card will be shown at 2 minutes, the yellow will be shown at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the red card will be shown at 3 minutes. In evaluations also, we have a 30-second grace period on the either sides. I'll be presenting my report whenever the general evaluator calls upon. That was me, the timer of the meeting. Thank you so much. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our timer. What an energetic and chirpy timer we had today. Thank you so much for all the wonderful, detailed information that you gave about the timing. I was impressed. Next in the TAGL team, we have the A, which stands for the R counter. And tonight, the R counter's role is being played by Toastmaster Dhanej. Dhanej is from Calicut. He is a radiologist by profession, and he's practicing in Calicut itself. He says he's married and has a lovely boy of 2 years. He's a fitness enthusiast. He enjoys music and movies from across different genres. Over to you, Toastmaster Dhanej. Please tell us what is the role of an R counter.
Thank you, General Evaluator. This is my first time doing anything in the Toastmasters, so just pardon me for all the mistakes that come across. Anyways, I think this would be the better start for me as an act counter. Before that, a very warm good evening to one and all. So my role as a AH counter would be to listen and then make note of the unnecessary words and sounds that are used by all the speakers and the role players in today's meeting. It will go around 5 different areas. The first will be the filler words such as and then the inappropriate interjections for instances, and, well, but, so, then the crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, so, and then the repetitive words in the form of I, this means, and then unintentional long and short pauses made by the speakers. I shall make a count and make a report and then present it once wants me to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. A big round of applause for our first time R counter, Toastmaster Dhanej. Thank you so much, Dhanej, for the information. Next, from the TAGL team, we have the G, that is the Grammarian. And today, our Grammarian is Toastmaster Raghava. Raghava says he's a self-motivated, analytical, inquisitive individual, and he's currently working as a space technology consultant with Deloitte. After a stint of 8 years as a scientist in ISRO. Wow. You just shared your screen and my screen got blocked out. Oh, it's back. 8 years as a scientist in ISRO, my dear friends. He pursued an MBA in technology and business management to further develop his skills. He says he has total 8 years of experience in space and rocket industry, has handled end-to-end operations and leading cross-functional teams for integration, testing, and launch operations. And today he's going to be the grammarian for the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghava. Please tell us what is the role of a grammarian. You're on mute, Raghava.
Yeah. Hello, Toastmasters and everyone. Good evening. And as grammarian, my role is to pay close attention today to all the speeches, table topic masters and evaluations, and then just look at the misuses of the English language and take the topics, quotes, words, and highlights of the old speeches. And today, the word of the day is let me introduce. Atrocious. So just slightly I try to make it close to the theme also, and coming to the fears, and then it's a meaning is coming to the meaning, horrific, very cruel, shocking, and extremely bad or unpleasant. So the origin is from the Latin word atrox, which means fierce or cruel, and usage is an atrocious crime that shocked even hardened members of the police force. It's a horrific and cruel. And the picture quality of the pirated DVD was atrocious. So this is how the word. I encourage people to use this word of the day in their speeches and tabletop sessions and everyone. So I'll be counting and giving you a thumbs up during the session. So whenever you someone uses the word of the day, so let's go ahead with the over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Yes.
so much. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Raghava, who's also taking up the role of a grammarian for the first time, I have been informed. Last, the TAGL team, I said every time Gabbys has something special, right? So we have a listener in this team. And tonight, the role is going to be played by Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. Shrilakshmi is a certified image consultant, soft skill trainer by profession. She says her interest lies in public speaking and leadership skills. And this is why she joined Toastmasters. She's a double Triple Crown winner, a double Prath Baker, and founder of the Imaginatic Image Consulting Services. Over to you, Srivastava. Please tell us what is the role of a listener.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster John. To be a good communicator, you need to be a good listener also. As a listener, I will make note of some interesting questions. At the end, I will ask you the questions during question and answer round, and we'll get to know who all are listening attentively in the meeting. What do you, Toastmaster John?
Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our listener, Toastmaster Srivastava. That was the end of the TAGL team. The general evaluation team consists of the TAGL as well as the evaluators. The whole report will be given in the third session, the last session of the day of the meeting. Now, back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Atul.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and all the team which they have today. And now we start our session on prepared speeches, and we have our first speaker, Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty. And Smruti S. Mohanty will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sandeep Belekar. Mr. Belekar, please. Yeah, I could see you.
I'm on the call.
Yeah. Mr. Belekar, Sandeep Belekar is recently retired from his corporate career after working for last 27 years. And he was an active Toastmaster for 8 years between 2008 to 2016. But took a break from Toastmaster, and now once again he has started his Toastmaster journey with the Gabbys. I invite you, the evaluator, and the prepared speech speaker number 1, TM Smruti Mohanty. She is a sales manager by profession and a certified soft skill trainer by interest. After almost a decade, she is now a full-time management student by virtue of time. She joined Toastmaster to sharpen her saw of public speaking. She is going to take up level 1, project number 1, visionary communication. And the project name is Icebreaker. Project objective is the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. The speech duration is 4 to 6 minutes, and speech title is Visual Merchandising. Toastmasters Smruti Mohanty, Visual Merchandising. Visual Merchandising. Stage is yours.
How many of you are familiar with this terminology called visual merchandising? Ever heard about it? Came across the term? Please give me a quick raise of hand, virtual or on your screen. Let me just go to my gallery. No. Yes. Okay, I can see one. Rest, trust me, you are at the right place on the right time. Because today I'm going to give you a glimpse of the terminology called visual merchandising. And you can happily add it to your dictionary or wherever you want to use it in your near future. Visual merchandising. Before I deep dive into the definition and topic of the same, I'm optimistic and also positive that you might have familiar with the sentence called don't sell a product, rather sell an experience around the business. I hope that's similar. I can see few nods. Okay, that's similar to you. Isn't it a bit cliche with my background read by our TMOD, me being into the sales business? Here I'm talking about sales, visual merchandising. But what else can you expect from someone who has spent 1/3 of her lifetime in the world of sales, marketing, and around the same? Visual merchandising. I am a product, also a byproduct of this terminology of visual merchandising with my experience. My life, let me explain in 3 stages where I witnessed the importance and impact of visual merchandising. But as committed, let me tell you what exactly is the term visual merchandising so that you can understand better when I take you all through the story. So basically, the customer often base their first experience on a retail store. So it's a retail concept which comes into picture. This is why the field of visual merchandising play a very crucial role in enhancing the appeal, the atmosphere, and the experience inside a store. It's a placement of product and at the same time, all other aspects inside a store. Together, they create the visual merchandising experience. So it's not an object or commodity, it's an experience, a process which the retail business bring to enhance the product and sell it to the customer. Now, how that is important to an individual? As I said, I learned in 3 phases. The first phase was when I entered the world of B2B sales. In that sales world, I got to know it's not only about your knowledge, not your experience, whether a newbie or you have an exposure. It's about how you present it to your client, customer, or at the time of appraisal to your manager. So it's a blend of your knowledge, your numbers, and also how presentable you are with your choice of words while sharing the same with the other party in front of you. That was my sales experience. It's not a rich experience. Having said that, I have spent a decade in doing that. Then I realized or I concluded that this might be a solid fit for someone who is in the business of sales, because that's how the visual merchandising concept well intact. Having said that, after spending a lot of time post-COVID, 2020 to be very specific, I'm sure no one can forget that year, I came to the world, or I was introduced to the world of soft skills training, where I thought to at least check that water, to taste that salt and experience, do the significance of visual merchandising has equal impact to the world of soft skills training. In soft skills training, the terminology may be different. From visual merchandising, the term shifted to first impressions. But trust me, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, it always means the same. Now, for a layman language, we might say that visual merchandising is nothing but creating that first impression. We always say that please offer something and sell the what's in it for me for the customer. But before you sell what's in it for me, the customer has to be ready and adaptive enough to come and approach you to understand. That's where I related my experience of soft skills training to the world of visual merchandising or first impression. Now, at present, in this to 2024, the day I'm standing here, in my Toastmasters experience, I also saw that reflection of visual merchandising in my speech. You might be wondering how. We are always advised to bring an intriguing topic, to have rich content, to use all possible metaphors or simile, whatever is practically possible to enhance and enlighten the speech. What exactly are we doing? We're trying to bring all the elements of visual merchandising to create a first impression so that it will bring a huge impact on the presentation which we do today. So fellow Toastmasters and dear friends, you might be thinking, Smruti is talking a lot about visual merchandising, but why? Why it is important to have visual merchandising? is because it is that silent salesperson which will help you to convert a shopper to a buyer or a listener to an admirer. And there's no harm in having an admirer in life, right? Now, how we can do that? There is a correlation. I might link it to the sales terminology, but there are 3 ways to build a visual merchandising. First, conduct your research. Same applicable to a Toastmaster journey or your professional life. Whenever you pick something, do a thorough background research. Second, test the merchandising variations. Now let's come back to Toastmaster. If you're delivering a speech, let's try to bring certain new aspect and element every time we come to this particular black window, if I may see that in my screen. And third, most important, be consistent whenever you bring some content in this space. Now, that was my experience with visual merchandising. Today, when you hit that bed, before that, take some mindful time and try to introspect what are the elements of your visual merchandising which you can bring and scale it up. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. It was really wonderful, very enriching. I request all for a standing ovation for T.S. Mohanty's icebreaker speech on visual merchandising. Now we come to our second speaker. Our second speaker is Sourav Dutta, DTM Sourav Dutta, and he will be evaluated by TM Vinoth Kumar. Toastmaster Vinoth Kumar. Yes, I could see him. Yes. Sourav Dutta, DTM, is a winner of 2 DTM awards and has completed 9 paths in Toastmaster path. He has been a President's Distinguished Division Director and a Distinguished Area Director in the past. Outside of Toastmasters, Sourav has played several leadership roles in Fortune 500 companies, startups, and nonprofits. Sourav is building his own edutech startup, Preactive, which is founded in June 2020. Today, he is going to complete path Persuasive Influence Level 2, Project 1. The name of the project is Understanding Your Leadership Style, and the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership style in general. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes, and the speech title is Inside Outside Impact. DTM Sourav Dutta, Inside Outside Impact. Inside Outside Impact. The stage is yours.
How many of you have done this project or listened to someone doing this project, understanding your leadership style in Toastmasters? A raise of hand. Almost everyone. I guess so, because this is a level 2 project, right? And this room is filled with path breakers and triple crown winners. So what did I expect? Okay. And how many times has the speaker started with this question saying that, how many of you are leaders? Or how many of you think you are a leader? Or who is your favorite leader? Most of the times, right? That's the most common starting line of this particular project. So we are fast learners. So when I first joined Toastmaster in 2020, when people would say, ask this question, how many of you think you are leaders? Everyone is sitting like this. Not me. My appraisal is still pending. Only after the appraisal, I'll get to know if I'm a leader or not. I want to be a leader, but my manager doesn't think that way. And after listening to that speech and many other such speeches, we were convinced we are leaders. We went and stood in front of the mirror, left profile, right profile. No, I don't see any leader in me. What's the problem here? The problem is that though we have grown to a stage where we have taken the leadership down from the pedestal, internally we are still celebrating leadership. Leadership for us is still about worshipping. Leadership for us is still about Lenin. It's still about Modi. It's still about Virat Kohli. It's still about the principal in school. It's still about the president of your resident association. That is leadership. And to break that, various theorists, and pardon me, including people in Toastmasters, have given us something called leadership styles and said, understand these 14, 15 leadership styles, and then you'll understand leadership. Now, people who have actually led anything in their life will tell you that it is not that simple. And it is not that complex either. My definition of leadership is very simple. And it is about three things. Insight. Insight is the license to be a leader. Okay, I walk into this room thinking that, I am a 56-inch leader. But do you consider me as a leader? Why would you consider me as a leader? What did I do for you to consider me as a leader? That's the first question. How many of you know such leaders who think they are leaders and they are the only ones who think that they are leaders? Again, everyone, right? I don't want to embarrass you because then you're like, the next question Sourav will ask is name them, right? No, it's not a name and shame kind of a forum. So the first thing about leadership is gaining the license to lead, which is an insider story. Your people need to believe in you, and for that you have to get inside the circle. The second are those kind of leaders who are insiders and absolute insiders. They will drink with you, they will go out or smoke with you, they'll watch movies with you, and just that. The leadership ends there only. It's all about good relationships. Sometimes you're confused. Is he leading me? Is he dating me? Right? So that's how leadership happens in some cases. When you become too much of an insider and there's nothing happening otherwise, nothing happening outside that bonhomie that you're building. So that brings us to the second one, which is outside perspective, because the leader is also your bridge with the outside world. There are things that you miss from the role that you're playing, and what we have got in the corporate world, some really fancy terms for that, brick in the wall, see the bigger picture, and all that, right? So, but the crux of the matter is that you are stuck in whatever you are doing, and you need someone to tell you that, what you're doing matters because of this, right? And the connection. For that, you need an outside perspective. So that's the outside. But just having the inside and the outside will not solve the purpose. Why? Because at the end of the day, what you want to see is results. You have led me, or so you told me, and I believed you because you took me for tea breaks and smoke breaks. Now what? What am I seeing? If it is again a long appreciation note of all the things that I have done well without numbers attached to it, then that's not results. That's not the impact that I'm looking at. Or corporate employees will relate with this, particularly this time of the year. You've either already gone through this ordeal or you're about to go through this ordeal, right? So that is the result that we are looking at, and that is the impact that we are talking about. Now, in Toastmasters and even otherwise, we have got around 14 to 15 leadership styles, and I'm always confused that which leadership style am I demonstrating? And after going through all the tests that are given, saying that this is your primary leadership style, that there is a disclaimer at the bottom which says that we demonstrate all kinds of leadership style in various occasions. If that's the case, then why the hell did I go through the test? That's a commonsensical knowledge. It's like giving a 27-page presentation to say Christmas comes in December, right? So that really does not help me. So what I tried to do is I tried to decode this to very 5 simple things. And I found that whatever the leadership style is, it basically is driven by 5 factors, the 5 R's that I call them. And I'm trying to make this very simple for people who see themselves as leader, even before someone asks them that who is the leader in the room. So the first one is rights. This is demonstrated by the autocratic leadership style. It's a kind of an autocratic leadership style is an example of that, where people feel that I am leading because I have the right to lead. And typically it is, you will see it in the army, you will see it in the police, you will see it in the corporate world. You have to listen to me. Why? Because you have to listen to me. That's it. Right? You have to look upon me as a leader because otherwise you're screwed. The second is relationships driven. This is the democratic leadership style. This is that smoke break, coffee break, tea break, beer break leadership, right? Where you build relations with people. The leaders even get to know what did you cook for lunch yesterday, or where are you going on your next date? How many people have you dated in life? They get all the details. That's the relationships driven leadership style. Then comes the results driven leadership style, which is the strategic leadership style, as we call them, where the entire focus is on the results, where the discussion or any meeting starts with that. So, how are the numbers looking like? You say, good morning, sir. Yeah, good morning, good morning. But how are the numbers looking? So, that is the results driven leadership style. Finally, the last two, reciprocation leadership style, which is basically I scratch your back and you scratch mine, and respect driven leadership style, which is visionary, where you are giving the bigger picture or people look up to you to give you the bigger picture. My friend, the bottom line of my message today is that leadership is oversimplified and overcomplicated at the same time. Unfortunately, I have experienced both, where I've seen people who have never played any leadership role trying to oversimplify it, saying that everyone is a leader, and people who have played leadership role trying to overcomplicate it so that no one else wants to enter the leadership circle. I would say leadership is very much a part of our DNA. As societal animals, we are born with leadership. It is just to find that right element, that right style, and that right decision-making ability, which makes us stand apart. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Sourav Dutta. And I'm really apologize that there is a small correction. You have completed 10 paths and this was your 11th one. I'm really very sorry for that. The topic which has been, the theme which has been chosen today is fear. Now, we all have one inbuilt sensory system in us, which alerts us, scans the environment and alerts us whenever we are in danger. Can anyone name that particular sense in our body? It was 24 hours from birth till death. There is no rest for that particular sense.
Sixth sense.
It is one of the 5 senses. It is our ears. Ears work 24 hours scanning the environment. The first, and it warns us whenever there is a danger. Even when we are sleeping, something goes wrong here and there, it immediately alerts and our body gets accustomed or adapt to some safety. So let us enrich ourselves by listening to some of the experience of Toastmasters and guests present in the team. If a magic wand is given to you, which has the capability to eliminate something, which fear of your life would you like to eliminate first and why? This is any 3 experience I would like to hear from our Toastmaster. If a magic wand is given, which a fear you would like to eliminate from your life and why? Is it very difficult one? Oh, I have yes, I have Toastmaster Rodriguez. Can you go ahead, sir, to share your experience?
Yes, the only fear I would like to eliminate is to eliminate the fear of being alone. And the reason is that we are surrounded by family, friends, colleagues, and sometimes none of them exist. And I think it's a simple fear of being alone that I would like to eliminate. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. and Geetika Taneja. Would you like to share, if you are given a magic wand, which fear you would like to eliminate from your life completely?
Hi. I would like to eliminate the fear of failure. I think most of the times the battles we have lost, or rather the battles we have not fought, are a result of the fact that we haven't even tried, we haven't even attempted simply because of the fear of failure. So if I could have it my way, literally, and we are by default, every human is by default gets trapped into this fear of failure. What will people say and what if we fail? So that is what I want to get rid of.
Anyone else? Thank you, Geetika or
Thank you.
Sangeeta Chakravarti. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to say fear of judgments because knowingly or unknowingly, subconsciously, we tend to get affected by someone's unnecessary words. So yeah, that would be fear of judgments. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Next, one more experience I would like. That I would like to know, is there any disqualification during the present speech from the timer?
Yes, Toastmaster of the day, there is one disqualification. DTM Sourav Dutta went a little over time.
Oh, okay. As there is no polls now, we'd like to take a break for 5 minutes. The time is 2017, and after 5 minutes, we'll be meeting again by 2023. All the Toastmasters and the guest for the second session of this meeting. And this session is table topic session where impromptu speech are being delivered by the Toastmasters. We have our Toastmaster TTM Sri Bimpy Kumari. Now she is a senior quality analyst at one of the pharmaceutical company. She loves traveling and cooking in her leisure time. She joined Toastmaster to elevate her public speaking and leadership skills. Over to the table topic master, Toastmaster Bimpy Kumari.
Toastmaster of the day. This is Lakshmi here. I think this is also a project that she is attempting. So I would be evaluating her if I'm not mistaken.
Bimpy Kumari is attempting her project on active listening, path presentation mastery, level 3 and project 2. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujatha. Over to Toastmaster Bimpy Kumari.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Atul. So being a table topic master, I would like to take a moment to revisit the concept of table topics for the benefits of guests and seasoned members present here. So table topic, what is table topic? Table topic enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking, and table topic also train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts. You can consider table topic as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and the conclusion. And I encourage guests to participate on this. And each speaker is required to speak 1 to 2 minutes. Participants are qualified at 2 minutes 30 seconds. So end of the speech, there is a grace time of 30 seconds. 2 to 3, 1 to 2 minutes means 1 minute. It will be timer will be displayed green card. 1 minute 30 seconds. Timer will be displayed. Timer will be displayed yellow card, and 2 minutes timer will be displaying red card. So let's begin with the table topics. So I would like to call first.
Sorry, can I ask a question, please?
Questions? No, yeah, I supposed to ask, give a topic to all everybody, like whoever the speaker or the guest over here, and you need to speak on like 1 to 2 minutes on those topics.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So let's begin with Ankit Makhija.
Geeta had raised her hand, so why don't we give her the first topic?
Yeah,
Then
so guest Sana, you are saying DTM Sourav?
Geetika. Geetika raised her hand first. She was talking.
Okay. So Geetika.
Geetika,
Yeah. Yeah. So topic for you, what's the most irrational fear you have had and how did you overcome it?
The most irrational fear. Okay. Take me a while to think though. I wouldn't say it's the most irrational. Again, it's the fear of judgment. Logically, it doesn't make any sense, but I have been impacted by it for sure. As somebody who is from a corporate background, and as I climbed up the ladder, at each step, I found there were eyes on me watching, and I was intimidated by those judgments, especially as our Toastmaster Sourav Dutta previously said about the leadership style. I've always wanted to be a good leader, but then, as you climb up the ladder and you turn into a position by authority gives you a designation where you can command few rights. You don't want to come across as somebody who is authoritative, but yet you want to exercise your judgment. But I did feel that people were trying to guess me and there were a lot of judgments being made. Not that everybody literally called it out, but body language says a lot of people. And I think I was too intimidated by that. And so I got into this vicious circle of people pleasing instead. So that's the irrational fear I faced. And it has not been an easy thing to come out of that vicious circle. I think I've started to lead a life or lead a leadership style where I follow my heart, listen to others, but literally follow what I think is right. I do my study, I do my leadership book studying. I don't think there is a single answer, right or wrong answer of leadership. But yes, fear of judgment is something that I'm trying to overcome. And I've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Geetika.
Yeah.
Well taken on this topic. I can completely resonate on this. The fear of judgment, which really needs to be overcome. As you said, we can resonate on this. We can overcome by having the leadership skills or learning instead of like fear of judgment every time. Thank you so much. I can see a raise of hand of guest Sana. Sana, would you like to take the topic?
Yeah, sure.
So the topic for you is share a childhood fear you have overcome and how it shaped you. I repeat, share a childhood fear you have overcome, how it shaped for you.
I do have a lot of fears which I have taken from my childhood, but one thing that I have so far got success in would be overcoming the fear of standing up. So when I was a child, I was scared of standing up for myself, like whenever there, so I was always a good kid, like in terms of academics I used to have good grades, but whenever there was like some quiz or some question and answer thing going on with the teachers, I will be knowing the answer, but somehow because of fear of judgment I would not be going up for those answer or going up for uh, anything which I know behind that I know the answer of it. And even like going from school to college, this fear was there, like I knew that I had the capabilities of organizing an event or going for delivering a speech or even for hosting some event, but somehow I had pushed myself a lot during my phase from school to college. But when I started working in corporate, slowly I tried to overcome that by standing up in the meeting, by taking some roles in the corporate events too. So I would say that more importantly, standing up for myself, and then overall, those things, I would say I have little bit overcome in those areas. But still, I think there are a lot of areas in that sense also that I need a little bit of more push. But I would say that childhood fear, I have tried to dealt with so far as of now. So that I would say would be my answer to this question. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guest Sana. So I can completely resonate on this. And one life lesson for this, like coming out of the comfort zone, is by practicing or by participating or any events is only the solution to overcome the judgment or coming out of the comfort zone. I would like to, do we have, I can see a hand raise of Toastmaster Yogesh. So, Toastmaster Yogesh, the topic for you, turning setbacks into stepping stones. I repeat, turning setbacks into stepping stones.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Setback is very common for everybody. There's no one who has faced the setbacks. The one who overcomes the setbacks is the one who is going to achieve it. There's a saying, when the going gets tough, tough gets going. So we have to overcome the setbacks in order to face our challenges, fulfill our dreams, and to achieve something in life. So everybody would have setbacks in their life. It determines what kind of a person. The one who is not able to digest the setback, he quits and moves away. The one who confronts and who dares to face the challenge, he overcomes it and he moves forward and achieve whatever he wants to. So setback is a test for anyone. It is a test of a personality, according to me. So yeah, setback is something which is common in everyone's life. We have to overcome it and we have to take it as a challenge. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yogesh. So the key of success is overcoming the failures. So moving to the next topic, the next topic for DTM Sourav. DTM Sourav, the topic for you is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Fear is something that we are very afraid of. And there are a lot of motivational quotes that's thrown our way all the time. One of that is what you just quoted, Table Topic Master, that the only thing that we have to fear is fear itself. But I personally have a serious problem with such kind of quotes because I feel, or rather I fear, that people who have given this course but probably have not seen all the fears of life. There are many things in life that we have to be scared of, and that's more than fear. For instance, there was a time when I and everyone in my family in Bangalore had COVID. And at that point of time, I did not know what's going to happen after this. I woke up suddenly one morning and I realized that I can't smell anything. I can't breathe. And things started going from bad to worse. If that wasn't bad enough, I realized that there is a 5-year-old girl staying in my house with me, my daughter. And she was the only person who did not have COVID. That was fear. That was real fear. It sent chills down my bones. The very thought of seeing her gasping for breath, the way that I am gasping for breath, that actually sent chills down my spine. And that is something that I would want all of us to understand. These quotes are good for us to wake up, forward to each other, make it a poster and put on the wall. But life is much more than these posters and these quotations. Life does throw us certain challenges, which does make us scared. So what to do about it? We have to face it. We don't have a choice. Not with motivation, not with conviction, but with the fear, with the respect it deserves. The fear is real and it has to be respected. And we need to know how to crush it with time. Thank you. Back to you, table topic.
Thank you so much, DTM Sourav Dutta. So though facing fear is the choice, we don't have any other choice apart of it. We can't skip the fear which we are facing for any goals. So I can see a hand raise of Sudharma Pereira. Could you able to hear me?
Yes.
Sudharma? Yes. Okay. So the topic for you is, you must do the things you think you can't do. I repeat, you must do the things you think you can't do.
Nothing is impossible. That was heard. Today also I saw a photo. Impossible. IM was, someone stepped into IM and possible was raised. Then I was thinking, yeah, impossible. We can do something, but others will think and tell it is impossible. If someone can, we can. That was the motto taught by my mentor and coach, Bhati Arthanayaga. So in my life, I am trying every day to do new things. Whichever thing I think I can do. But if someone tell me you can't do this, no one is willing to do so. No, no one is brave enough to tell me you can't do this, because I don't know. That may be my personality. No one is telling me you can't do this, you can't do this. I myself only telling me I can't do this, so I can do this. So we can overcome what we think we can't do, because only person that control ourselves is only ourselves. So in my life, I have nothing to worry about. I can't do or I can do, because always I listen to my mind and do things. So my dear Toastmasters, I invite you to do whatever things you like and whatever things your mind tell you, then you will reach to highest. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudharma. You yourself has said that impossible itself consists as I am possible. So there is nothing such as which is impossible. So moving to the next topic. So I would like to call our guest, Toastmaster Anand.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the topic for you is turn fear into funniest thing. I repeat, turn fear into funniest thing.
Turn fear into funniest things.
Funniest thing.
Turn fear into funniest things. Yeah. So when I was young, almost 3 years of age, I can't recognize the age, because at that time I am a child. If I go to the dark side, people will tell that the ghost is there, the ghost is existing there, don't go there. So that message goes to my unconscious mind. After that, I completed my schooling, graduation, right? I enter into the sales segment. Whenever I go to tour, I never switch off the light. I remember that funniest moment, something in the dark, something funniest will be there, the ghost will be there. Over the night, a lamp will be there. So this was the funniest thing. So once I approached my friend, so see, I never switch off my light. I became very panic and nervous. Even I became very sweat in the AC also. during the night time. Then he has guided me and he has coached me and he has completely erased me the fear of this ghost in my subconscious mind. After that, I realized that that is not ghost. That is the funniest thing. Even today, now, I can watch something horrible movies in the Netflix or Amazon, and I often remember my old reminiscence. That is a blast from the past. That funniest moment, I laugh to myself. Over to you, table topic master.
Really well spoken on this, guest Anand. So even I fear of ghost, even though I find it funniest, I'm not able to overcome sometimes. By saying that, I would like to move to the next participant. I would like to call, do we have any other guest? Ankit Makisha. Okay, I can see a hand raise of Sangeeta.
Yes, please.
Okay, you are there, Ankit Makisha. So the topic for you is laughing off awkward moments with grace. Laughing off awkward moments with grace.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful topic, laughing on the awkward moments. You know, in our daily life, you able to, express yourself through words, through speech, through actions, through expressions. And sometimes, there are moments, as you described, awkward, laugh. In such ways, in these, there are two ways. One is to, react in ways, and another is how you can really respond. So, when we talk about the response, it is important for us to, make that moment, any moment which is which becomes very awkward, how gracefully you can, express your emotions, maybe express your words in such a response, which should not impact the person due to which that awkward moment has occurred. And on the same time, in the area where you're sitting, be it's work, be it's your family, be it's your friend circle, anywhere, it's a social circle. You're, you able to, it's a quite tough topic you have given to me, though. But what important is, it actually dignifies your own, your nature, how you able to, respond to such moment, and able to maintain the dignity of other persons as well. So this is what these are the words I can share here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ankit. So next topic for Prabha. So Prabha, you are there.
Yeah, is it okay if I don't come on the camera?
Yeah, that is fine. That is fine. So the topic for you is, what is the most adventurous thing you ever have done? I repeat, what is the most adventurous thing you have ever done?
Okay. Back in my adventurous thing, right? Adventurous by adventurous things, I understand is like the things that give you thrill, enjoyment, and fear also. Back in my college, when I was in 4th year, there was this friend of mine who brought his bullet with him in the college, and I thought to ride it, and I was so fearful at that time that I won't be able to, but I wanted to because I like this bullet bike. So I tried. In the first try, I was not successful, but then after second or third try, I was able to ride it in third, fourth gear. So that is one of the adventurous thing that I had done in my college life. Back to you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabha. So that is one of my to-do list. Hopefully, I'll do in this in this life. So, okay, moving to the next participant. So, the topic for you, Toastmaster Raghav. If you could meet your younger self, what advice you would give?
Okay.
I'll repeat once again for you. If you could meet your younger self, what advice you give?
Yeah. So this is a very good topic. Actually, everyone would have been thinking that we all have the second chance to go back and just think about in the time and come back to the life where we are done good things or bad things and correct them. So that everyone's mind, it might be running. So maybe if I had got the chance to go back to my younger self, I would say experience. I had more enough experience in the life of travel I did at the later stage, and financial planning. I would have done financial planning from the start at the from the younger age, where I would be able to travel more and then have, meet all the financial things at this point of time. So this is one another thing. And then third one, I would be able to correct is leave peace. Actually, I used to little bit tense about my communications and skills and everything. I would have started this a lot before joining the Toastmasters a lot. Maybe.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghav. We are not late for anything, but nicely take on this topic, Toastmaster Raghav. Next topic for Joane Joseph, Toastmaster Joane Joseph. The topic for you is, may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. I repeat, may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears.
You know, this is an atrocious topic that you have given me. It's a crime. Because if you dissect this proverb or quote, it says, may your choices reflect your hope. I feel majority of my choices reflect my fear. Don't you guys think so? Because it's ingrained in us as humans to first think about survival, then think about not making a mistake and not messing it up. And then we think about hope and goals and success and positivity. At least that is in my case. All my life, all I've done is, Joanne, don't mess things up. You want to take science? No, take commerce. That is more safe. So my choice reflects my fears rather than my hopes, right? Then you want to go on a diet? Don't do extreme things. You have always been fat. It's okay. This is how you are. This is your nature. Play safe. Don't do things that will reflect anything else but survive. You want to become a ISC champion one day? It's okay. First learn basics of speaking, then think about ISC. And so I have never competed in ISC, ever, not even in my club level. So you see what's happening in my life? When I reflect upon it, I actually understand that all my choices reflect my fears most and hopes least. So today, you know what? I want you to go back home and think about the choices that you guys have made. This is a very interesting topic. Thank you so much, Bimpy. The choices that you're making, do they reflect your hopes, or actually deep down, do they reflect your fears? Think about it. And next time, when you choose whether to attend a meeting or not, whether to take a role or not, whether to come back and speak or not, remember, is my decision based on my fear or hope to become a better speaker and leader? Remember this quote by Bimpy and then make your choice. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Anybody else are interested? Or else I would like to pick one. So Sangeeta, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Anybody else is interested here?
Yes.
Okay, Sangeeta Chakravarti, the topic for you is, if you could vanish one common fear from humanity, what it would be and why? I repeat, if you could vanish one common fear from humanity, what it would be and why?
I would again say the fear of judgment, because this fear of judgment starts the day starts when, as we were a child, we went to school, we went to a new school, and the very first day in our school, the fear of judgments once again comes. We are very first time letting out of our comfort zone, staying in home, always staying with our parents, but in the school, the new environment, what would our friends will tell us, that how, why she is, like, I used to be a very silent, quiet person, so I used to be judged as why she is so quiet or silent, or why she is telling the way she is telling. But what I have observed is, no matter how much we grew up or building up our skills, we can't always be like everyone, and there would be something that would be missing in us if we compare it or not. There would be some things, and the fear, these judgments, these comments, that will be still there. So, if my school life to my college life, yeah, the adjectives were different, the way people are making opinion about me, but the judgments will be there, and that I have seen in my office or any meetings. There would be some different kind of judgments coming, no matter how much I would help them or not. They would be still judging. But I feel in that particular moment, when you are expecting some help or some cooperation from someone, and the same person will be judging you, and that point of time, your resilience, your stand against your fear, and you still face it, that counts. So yeah, that's all about. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sangeeta. So overall in table topic session, I was thinking how to get the solution for fear of judgment. So that I got it from you. That is the key point is the determination, resilience. Resilience is the main key point for avoiding the fear of judgment. So TMOD of the day, Atul, Srivastava, do we have the time for table topics? More table topics?
I think we will run out after. You can take one more.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much for confirmation. So topic for you, Toastmaster Shravan. May your, yeah. So tell us about a time when you facing fear lead to personal growth. I repeat, tell us about a time when facing fear lead to personal growth.
Wonderful topic, table topics, masters, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. There is a concept called fight or flight. When our nervous system encounter any incident, fearful incident, we will take a decision, either fight or flight. That kind of situations are common for everybody in their life. There is a stress called eustress that always helps us to move forward. Like that, there are many cases when I lost my family members, I was almost like alone. A fear was surrounded me, but one of the corner in my mind, there is a strength. I mean, there is a hope that I need to rebuild it. I need to rebuild my family. That hope is driven me a lot. Initially, I had a fear that I could not do anything. I could not, I was like a helpless. I didn't get any support. So I took a challenging decision at that time. I need to continue my education so that I can engage my mind on my education so that I can overcome that. So in that process, I have done my executive MBA from or through online, an international executive MBA. Initially, I was fear I could not, because of the stress of personal loss, I could not perform properly in the initial stages. Later, my confidence level was geared up, and then I was successfully completed with a very good score. That was the story where fear was driven me. With that, I would like to conclude. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shravan. Sorry for your loss, but kudos that you have overcome that. And by this, I would like to hand over the stage, virtual stage, to our TMOD, Atul Srivastava. Stage is yours.
Thank you, TTM Bimpy Kumari. And we had a lot of information, like we wanted to remove fear from our life. But in fact, we have to understand that abstract fears are more dangerous than the real ones. And it is also said that fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. So we have got a meticulous brain. We have to understand that whenever there is a fear, whether it is psychological fear or physical fear or losing somebody's fear or not performing properly, that kind of fear, the fourth thing which we do is we either fight or flight or freeze or fawn. And the choice is completely individual's one. Those who take this trigger as a challenge and try to learn and meet this challenge by getting the right kind of information, right kind of mentors, right kind of people who can guide them, I think they can become very successful overcoming their fear. And the new generation which is coming up are more challenging and more excited to get into that experiencing the fear concept and come out of that bravely and enjoying it, taking it as a fun, like bungee jumping or getting into a darker side. There is one, I don't know whether it is in Bangalore or not, but there is one place called Dialogue in Dark. This Dialogue in Dark is a place where a person will be taking you in a darker place. He will take you to different places, and when you come out, you will find that the person who was taking you inside that room was a blind one, and he will take you to the shop. He will take you. He will ask you to sit in the boat, etc. And it is completely dark. Many people fear. They don't even try to venture in it. But life is all about challenges. There are natural environment fears. There are fear from animals, from medical treatment, or from situations. But the person who takes it as a challenge certainly wins it. And I think all of you had shared one of your best aspects of coming out of that fear. We now have evaluation session because everybody wanted to know exactly the AHA aspect as well as the grammar part and other things. So I would like to hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Joane Joseph. Madam, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Atul. First of all, a big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much. Let's start with the general evaluation session. Now, in the beginning, I said in general evaluation, have you heard this quote? What cannot be measured cannot be improved. But this quote, this phrase is not complete. There is something in the beginning and something in the end of this phrase that many people do not know. Let me ask the audience today. Do you guys know what is the full phrase, the full sentence, the full quote? Any idea? Have you ever read it in a book or browsed through the internet? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. So this sentence was given by a British physicist. Okay. And he said, what is not defined cannot be measured. What is not measured cannot be improved. And what is not improved will always go down or disgrade. So in Toastmasters, it's not just about measurement. Remember, what is not defined cannot be measured. So in Toastmasters, there is a defined way of evaluating. There is a defined way of giving feedback, and there is a defined way of analyzing if a meeting has been good or not. And as a general evaluator with my team of evaluators and the TAGL team, this is my job to see whether we have met that yardstick, that benchmark, the definition of the best meeting that we could have possibly conducted today. So to start with the session, let me call the group of evaluators. Today we had 2 speeches, but we are going to have 4 evaluations because 4 members are doing 4 projects. So for the first evaluation, I would like to call upon the evaluator for speaker 1, Toastmaster Sandeep Belekar, who is going to evaluate Toastmaster Smruti S. Mohanty speak. Sandeep Belekar recently retired from his corporate career after working for the last 27 years. He was an active Toastmaster for 8 years from 2008 to 2016, but then he took a break from Toastmasters and now post-retirement has started his journey. Sandeep, over to you. Please note that Sandeep's evaluation is also a part of the project, which will be evaluated by me later on. Over to you, Sandeep.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Smruti in particular. I hope I'm audible. Just a wave of hand. Yeah,
Yes,
thank
you
you.
are. Yes, you.
Great. Thanks. So Toastmaster Smruti, I think this is your 3rd icebreaker. You have already completed 2 parts, and this is the 3rd part you're beginning, and this is the first speech as part of your 3rd part. Obviously, your overall experience as a Toastmaster was quite apparent in your mannerism. You are very comfortable in front of the camera. You're very comfortable with your body language. Your eye contact was good all along. And the best of all, I love the fact that you always had that, pleasant smile on your face. It was a very nice to watch you deliver that topic. I would have loved for you to remove your background before you started your speech, because even though your hand movements were quite appropriate, I would say, the hand gestures, because of that background, a lot of times the boundaries were not visible, so that's something you could have taken care of. I liked the speech. As I said, you presented it very well, but given that you are a seasoned Toastmaster, there are a few areas where maybe I can provide a little critical feedback if I have your permission for that. Okay, thank you. So first of all, one of the objectives of an icebreaker project is to introduce yourself to the club, so that rest of the members get to know you. And if I, for a moment, forget about all our previous interactions and what I already know about you, unfortunately, in this speech, I learned very, very little about you. The only thing I remember taking away from the overall speech was the fact that 1/3 of your life you have been a Toastmaster, last 10 years, 1/3 of your life you have a sales experience, and last 10 years you are in this field, and that's it. I didn't really get to know anything more than that. The second thing about the speech overall, I wasn't very clear what was the purpose. What were you trying to convey? Was your intention here was to explain the concept of visual merchandising, or was it to connect with Toastmasters somehow? Or were you trying to say that this is visual merchandising that we apply in retail, and this is what you can do to build your personal brand? Because it felt like a mix of everything. I thought you were trying to convey all these 3 messages as part of your speech. And again, as an icebreaker, while the purpose may not be super important, I'm just sharing this feedback because you are already a seasoned Toastmaster. So I would have liked the purpose to be a bit more stronger. There were a few sentences which were repeated. For example, you talked about there are three phases. It came couple of 2 or 3 times in your speech. You talked about your decade-long experience, one third of life. All those things were repeated. So those could have been eliminated to make the speech a little more tighter. I do have a few more specific feedbacks. If you are interested, we can always connect offline, and I would love to share that with you. But I would congratulate you for deciding to start your third path and wish you all the best for your journey forward. Oh, to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sandeep. That was a very detailed and apt evaluation. I will not comment on the evaluation because that itself is going to be the 4th evaluation project. A couple of comments for Smruti. Smruti, this was your icebreaker speech, as so aptly said by your evaluator. This was not an icebreaker speech, right? I don't know what happened. It's difficult. You're doing your third path. Again, the third time you have to come and give an icebreaker speech, and 90% of the audience knows you. But there is a reason why in every path you start with an icebreaker speech. Icebreaker is not just about introducing yourself. It is about learning the art of introducing yourself better every single time. See, if we have 9, 11 parts or now 6 parts as per the new LMS system, right? The first speech, why is it an icebreaker speech? Because the basic concept of communication is first to introduce yourself to people. That's the basic thing that we do every single time, right? Anytime you go in any networking, any professional or personal, you're going out on a date, you're going out for anything. What is the key? To introduce yourself and talk about yourself in an interesting way. So every time you open a path and do an icebreaker speech, that is actually an expectation that this time Smruti will give a better icebreaker speech. Something more interesting, something more, maybe visually palatable, not just about communication. So that is why this icebreaker is important. And I think that point was completely missed out. So that's one. Second, if I remove the objective and just talk about this speech as it is, okay. First thing was, I felt there was no structure to the speech. The structure was not clear. As Sandeep mentioned, what is the point? You are talking about visual merchandise. And I was thinking, what if you would have shown a visual merchandise? The word itself is visual merchandise, right? Start off, just show us a PPT or something. Show us the same product with visual merchandising, without visual merchandising. What a beautiful way to make people understand that, okay, this is the power of visual merchandising, right? Secondly, you spoke about going to the B2B section sales and going to the supermarket and how retail stores and all. And I was thinking, I'm not a business person. There are 22 people in this meeting. Not all of us are from the business background, right? So the jargons that you use, the definitions and specifics that you speak about, how can you bring it to the audience? As a public speaker, that is our goal, right? Whatever we know, whatever we want to talk about, how do we bring it easily to the audience so that a common person like a Toastmaster, different backgrounds, they understand. I would have probably gone with the story of how I went into a supermarket and how I was convinced to buy something else because of visual merchandising and how it impacts my life, something that a common man can connect with. So these are the two things you can think about in any topic that you choose next time, not just an icebreaker speech, right? How to make it appealing, what out of the box ideas you can bring into the speech, because as your third path, now the expectations are high that Smruti is going to do something out of the box. But otherwise, I'll tell you, as usual, that language, the poise, the command, the smile. I always comment you on that. It's because I want everybody in the audience to note these things. These are very important, very pleasing to the eye and very pleasing to the ear to just sit and hear you as a speaker. That's really a blessing. Thank you so much. It was a good speech, but I hope you try the icebreaker again. This is just a suggestion, okay? It's not like you have not done it, but just a suggestion. Next, let's go to the second evaluation of our second speaker, DTM Sourav Dutta, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Vinoth. Toastmaster Vinoth has been a Toastmaster since 2018, and he's from District 120. He's currently serving as the Club Growth Director of District 120. Over to you, Toastmaster Vinoth.
Thank you, General Evaluator Joane Joseph. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and my special good evening to my speaker, whom I'm going to evaluate today, Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, it was a very relatable speech with the fact that when you started your speech, you have asked interesting questions which people can correlate and understand what exactly you are intending to deliver in your speech. And that has helped the people to connect with you right from the beginning of the speech until you concluded. You have complete command over the virtual stage, and you are confident and assertive with what you wanted to speak, and you have delivered in style throughout your speech. And that was completely a key takeaway that I have taken today, especially when you spoke on the myths in leadership, what exactly people see inside and what is exactly people see outside. And you think yourself as a leader, whereas in reality it is not. You have broken the myths at the beginning, setting the context of what exactly you are planning to deliver. It is completely clearly structured with a clear takeaway towards the end. With all this said, I also would like to give a couple of observations which you might consider to improve in your next speech. I noticed at few instances you have used very blunt language for the fact that why the hell may not be an appropriate usage, in my opinion, as I observed when you are delivering a speech. And also there were the second aspect which I'm requesting you to consider to improve is on the time management part, because up towards the end you have stopped short of time, because of which you have skipped two leadership styles which you just touched upon it, post which you had a long content to touch upon. So this is something that you must carefully consider when you are delivering speech. A very relatable start with humor in your speech, a clear structured, clear takeaway with improvements on removing the languages that is very blunt, and focusing on time will definitely help you to take your speech to the next level. Although leadership is oversimplified and overcomplicated, you have ensured you clarified what exactly is leadership to us in the most simple manner. And congratulations on completing this level. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our evaluator, Toastmaster Vinoth. A beautiful evaluation, very polite and very professional. I liked it. After a long time, I'm listening to a very smooth evaluator, and I think you are an experienced evaluator. I personally don't know this, but I'm making an assumption based on the way you gave the evaluation. And I concur with both your points about the language as well as time management. Thank you so much. One feedback to you, Toastmaster Vinoth, is that you have so much time left. Why not go in detail? Because you showed the speaker what was the problem, why was it the problem, but you did not say how he should solve it, right? You said this is, you went into the 7 hours and that's why you'll run out of time. So now tell him how he can solve the problem, remove the 7 hours and do what instead with the time. So as an evaluator, if we can focus on the how part, which I feel majority of the time we all forget, that will be more enriching and useful for the speaker, right? So next time, I think that is something maybe you can work upon, but otherwise, really good evaluation. DTM Sourav Dutta, you taking a leaf from your book, I'm going to be blunt now. Okay, so let me tell you what I liked first. I like the humor. You brought in that beautiful humor into the speech. Every time this leadership project comes, things that I'm thinking in my mind, you spoke out. And you won't believe I was laughing inside. I was like, he's saying all the things that I'm thinking in my mind. So that relatability to the audience that you brought in because of the humor, something I think we all need to think about when we write our speeches, how we can relate. From the moment you started the speech, I was hooked because of that relatability. Another thing I liked it, the triplet, the inside, outside impact, the 3 points. I loved that you focused on that, on inside leadership, outside leadership, and the impact point. Now, where I think you could have done, concurring to your evaluator, the time management thing was, you went into that 5 or 7 hours, which I felt was where the time went. Instead of focusing on those hours, you were trying to relate it to the project, the leadership project. Not necessary. The objective is also not that. If you could have just given more clarity and more time on inside, outside, and impact, what a beautiful speech it would have been, because when you brought in that hour, I felt the disconnect. I was like, where is this now going? Why? That is my personal opinion, obviously. It was a information wise, it was really enriching. I've written down all the 7 points. But as a speaker, I felt if you could have totally skipped it and focused on, in fact, defining the inside, outside, and impact, and then building a conclusion on that, this would have been a fantastic speech. But overall, I'll tell you, I laughed a lot, I learned a lot. And that is, end of the day, I think the ultimate goal of a speaker, to make people laugh to entertain, and then also teach them and, share that knowledge. And you have done that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to both the speaker and evaluator. Next, let's go to our third project. So our table topic master today was also doing a project, and that project will be evaluated by Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujatha. Toastmaster Lakshmi is a behavioral and leadership trainer. She found her ikigai through her job with the Akshay Patra Foundation. She facilitates training programs across India, and to upskill herself, she says her only go-to place is Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Lakshmi.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joanne. To our lovely table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Bimpy. I must say that you had the perfect connect with the topics that you chose today. Now, as a table topic master, it's not a mandate that the topics should align with the, the overall theme of the day. However, if you can align it, that is the best thing, because you're giving the audience a better insight of the topic that is being discussed today. And you did that today very well. Each topic of yours had fear all over. And it helped, some of us didn't participate, but your questions made a lot of us think about ourselves and what our answers would be and what our fears would be. Thank you so much for bringing that today to each one of us. Another point that I really liked about you, that see, basically the main purpose of this project is for you to demonstrate your active listening skills, and nothing better than a table topic master to do that. Now, how do you demonstrate these active listening skills? One, through your nonverbal communication, your eye contact, your nodding, and your, that very subtle smile that you had when it was required. And I saw all three of that today. Another way that you were responding or showing that you were listening was, after most of the topics, I did see that you had a short summary or you had something to say about that topic, which was excellent. Thank you so much for doing that. Now, coming to a few areas of improvement. You might be wondering, what is the area of improvement when you have already summarized and rephrased? See, sometimes what happens is, it can become a little monotonous if you use the same language over and over again, especially in a table topic. So then it would sound like as though you were prepared and it's not coming out naturally for you. So if you could use slightly different verbiages, for example, I'll give you one. Toastmaster Sudharma's speech, the way she concluded, she had invited each one of us to do something that we cannot do. So you could have just told, so Toastmaster Sudharma, that was so inspiring, right? To call each one of us to do something that we cannot do. So there, instead of doing the usual thank you note, you were telling something more. Another thing about active listening is active listening should be about understanding that underlying message the person is trying to give you, rather than, just to respond to it. So another case that I saw was probably DTM Sourav Datta's speech, where I felt your response to him could be a little more empathetic. You could have said, I'm sure it was a difficult situation for you to go through this and to decide how to handle your daughter, right? So overall, what I would like to conclude is, as a topic master and from the project perspective, you have done excellently well. You did summarize, you had nonverbal communication stating that you're listening. However, break the monotony by actually listening and giving a more natural response. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's one of those perfect contest evaluations. You had the why, you had the what, and you had the how, which I was looking for as an evaluator. What was the problem? Why is that a problem? And what is the solution? And how to imply the solution? You gave her all three. That's a wonderful evaluation from your side, Toastmaster Lakshmi. I don't have anything else to you, but I'll just give you one thing, especially from the contest. Be more encouraging, my dear friend. You are a really good evaluator, but what happens is, especially the conclusion, the end, you have to uplift the speaker, right? End of the day, our aim as evaluator is not just to tell them what is right, what is wrong, but to ensure that they are so encouraged that they feel that call to, yes, I want to come back and now do it again. or I want to come back and improve. So that is something as an evaluator, I think we all can develop to be more encouraging and uplifting, something to think about. But otherwise, really a wonderful evaluation. Toastmaster Bimpy, your evaluator did a fantastic job. As far as the project objectives is concerned, I think she gave you everything. Couple of things from my side, keeping the project objective aside as a table topic master. The first thing is, your topics I felt were too long. Now, a couple of topics too long, or maybe out of 10, say 5 topics are like double sentences, it's fine. But if every topic is so long, especially for guests, it becomes a little difficult to keep a track of the topic. So try to combine your topics where you have sentences, phrases, quotes, words, like, keep that length, play with the length of the topic. That also adds to the excitement of the table topic session. The second thing is, always, if possible, give the first table topic to a Toastmaster, so that the guest knows what is happening, what is to be done, how to attempt the Toastmasters this. So there was that confusion in the start, right? Who should I give? You were waiting for that volunteer to raise the hand. As a table topic master, take that control completely. You already decided that I am going to give this to a Toastmaster. And even before your session start, look at the screen, right? See which Toastmaster has not spoken, not somebody who has already spoken, but not spoken, but it's a Toastmaster. Call them up. 99% of the time, they won't deny. Call them up, ask them to give. So these are just 2 pointers from my side for your table topic project, but otherwise fantastic as usual. And let me also add, I see a huge improvement in you, huge, humongous. I'll come to that in the SAR part, not now. Thank you so much. Next, the last project evaluation today is Toastmaster Sandeep. So Toastmaster Sandeep Belekar was attempting his project, the evaluation and feedback from the path motivational strategies, level 1, project 3. His evaluation project will be evaluated by me. Toastmaster Sandeep, how did you think you did? Let me ask you that question as an evaluator. You're on mute, sir. Yeah.
I could have been a bit more concise. I think 3 minutes is a lot of time to convey the most important part of the feedback, and I guess I exceeded that. But I'm happy that I was able to convey all the points that I wanted to.
Okay, thank you so much. You spoke about being concise. Let me tell you what I liked. I loved the positive mannerism with which you speak. Okay, I wish you were my evaluator, not because you are a relative. Trust me, no, it's not because of that. When people come, when an evaluator comes and speaks with that positive mannerism, as a speaker, you feel good. You feel like, yes, I want to go back and give another speech because this is the kind of evaluation I'm going to get, right? Why worry? So that positive mannerism, the way you said, with that pleasant, you commented and congratulated her on a pleasant smile. You spoke about her mannerism, encouraging her, that points of encouragement. I loved that about your evaluation. Overall, I'll tell you, your points were good. One major feedback that I have for you is, you did not say how. You said, what is the problem? You said, why is it a problem? But how should she solve the problem? Like, for example, you said, it's not an icebreaker speech, but why is it important for her in that third path? I think you saw the answer I gave it to her, right? Like, why is it important to come back with an icebreaker speech? Then you said, bring more clarity. Clarity is not there. That is such a generic statement. I'm sure if any speaker feels that clarity is not there, he or she would do something about it. They don't understand when they're delivering that there is no clarity. So giving a couple of major examples in your evaluation that, okay, you said this, instead of this, if you could have done that how part was missing. And how part is very important, because when you give the how part, not to just the speakers, but all the audience, we all are gaining from that how, right? Like, because next time when I give the speech, I will remember that, oh, okay, Sandeep had said something like this. So I just have one feedback for you. Focus on the how in your evaluation. You're a fantastic evaluator. I have like high expectations from you as an evaluator. Just the how part is something you can think about. Oh, that was the 4 sessions of evaluations. Let's quickly go to the TAGL team. Timer. Can I have the timer on spot? Oh, she's already on spotlight. Hi, Maanvi. Can you quickly give the timer's report?
Sure. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, you are.
Just give me a second sharing my screen.
Your screen is not shared yet. Yeah. Yeah, we can see
I
now.
hope it is clearly visible now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So in the timing front, there are only two disqualifications. One is in the prepared speeches section and the other one is in the evaluation session. Otherwise, everyone is qualified. For the detailed report, I'll be sharing that in the chat box for everyone's reference. That was all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for the crisp and detailed timers report. Next, we have the R counter, Toastmaster Dhanej, our first time R counter. Over to you for your report. Can we have Dhanej on spotlight, please?
Hello. Am I audible?
Hi.
Hi.
You are audible. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, as said, first time our counter, I really liked it. And it just made me think, if I come across a conversation without all these terms as fillers or inappropriate interjections, touch words and all that, I think I would be weirded out because in everyday conversation, I need some fillers, otherwise it would be abnormal for me. That I think Toastmasters, joining Toastmasters, that is the difference that I was expecting and I am seeing it. So I would, I think I'm supposed to congratulate the people who did. I think all the seasoned Toastmasters, Sourav, Smruti, Toastmaster Sujatha. That's it. Am I done? Thank you.
It's so for next time, like it's okay. It's your first time and you're doing great. Honestly, you're doing great.
I will.
Have you filled the sheet, the
Yeah,
R counter sheet?
yeah, I did it.
So what you can do now is take a screenshot and put it on the chat so that people, whoever
Okay.
the speakers are, they can see that. And next time when you're presenting the report, what you can do is you can just talk about all the people who have done great and maybe, a couple of very common fillers, like for example, So you can simply say in this meeting, I saw that a couple of people are using a lot or so. For in my case, I know so is a filler that I use a lot. So highlighting that makes people aware that, okay, these are common fillers, maybe we can. But otherwise, thank you so much. I hope next time you come back with more confidence and take up the role.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have Grammarian Toastmaster Raghava. Over to you for the Grammarian's report.
Sorry, is it visible, my screen?
Yes, your screen.
Yeah. So today, today I took a completely ironical job. So because telling I'm very bad at grammar since childhood and I hate English grammar and I used to. So I started learning things and then now I took the most ironical and challenging job today. So let's coming to the point. So today the usage of the word is atrocious and usage of the word is only by TM General Evaluator Joane Joseph. So and coming to the good usages, which maybe it's a perspective, changes from perspective to perspective. So don't sell a product, sell an experience around business. So that is one usage. And analogy of visual merchandising with like impressions in soft skills. So that analogy, I liked it personally. And by Sourav, autocratic leaders and the usage of the sentence, you have to listen to me because you have to listen to me. That catch the people maybe attention, I feel. So vicious circle of people and send chills down the bones when the going sets tough and tough gets going and reminiscence by Anand. I think if someone can, we can. Ingrained and fight or flight. These are best simple and short thing which I liked it very much personally. And coming to rhetorical questions, answer not required, which are few of them are pose these questions during their speeches and TTMs. And how many of you think you are a leader or you are the leader? So that is one question. And which leadership style you am displaying? So that is by again Sourav. And think about whether your choice are reflecting your hopes or fears. So that is by Joane itself. And there is a anaphora, which is a repetition of words from the beginning and the successive clause itself. It's a long way to go. Long way, but still a long way to go. So by Geetika, and I missed the sentence used by Yogesh, the one who and the one who, but still he used that. I couldn't grasp that properly. And a rule of three, I have seen multiple people have been used this rule of three in their speeches and TDMs. So Smruti has used learned in three phases. She tried to bring into three ways, three phases, and everything into three. And leadership is about three things: inside, outside, and impact. That completely. And he has used, Sourav has used right style, right ability, and another right. I missed that word. And another and table topics, Yogesh has used face challenges, fulfill dreams, and achieve. So this is a rule of three is one thing. And metaphors and comparison, visual merchandising with impressions on soft skills. That's the only comparison I could see here. And coming to recommendations, that's a tense usage, a past tense to present tense by Anand, which I felt, but remaining things I couldn't able to grasp from my experience, I feel. So that's one thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're saying you couldn't be able to grasp or you could not do a good job, but I see you've done a fantastic job. You've done your part. And thank you so much. Just one recommendation for you is the word of the day. You see, the word of the day was atrocious. Okay. And this is a personal opinion. It's not a fact. But I feel the reason why a lot of people couldn't use the word of the day was because it's a negative word.
Yeah.
Where am I going to use the word atrocious, right? It's such a negative word. So I have to be talking about something negative. Then only I can use that word. So next time when anyone comes with a word of the day as a grammarian, let's also keep in mind whether that word is extremely negative or positive, because the chances of a word being negative and used in the meeting is going to be low. That's all. But otherwise, a fantastic job for a first-time timer. Thank you so much. Now, last but not the least, of course, is our listener, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster John. Now it's time for question and answer round. Now we get to know how everyone are listening to everyone in the meeting. My first question is, don't sell a product, instead sell a business. Who said this?
Smruti.
Yes, very good. Toastmaster Smruti said this. Good. When Smruti was introduced to ICBI soft skills course, so which year Toastmaster Smruti was introduced to soft skills? Anyone? Not Smruti. Other than Smruti, anyone can answer. Even a Evaluator also can't answer. It's year 2020. In the year 2020. Okay. What is Sana's childhood fear? She's yet to overcome. She's overcoming it now, but she's yet to overcome.
Fear of judgment.
Fear of judgment and fear of standing up for herself. Standing up. And how old is Sourav's daughter when everyone Sourav's family was affected with COVID?
5 years.
Yes. Fear is fear. We should face it. Who said this?
Sourav.
Yes. Yeah, DTM Sourav. Who erased the fear of ghost from Toastmaster Anand?
Sorry, what's the question?
Who erased the fear of ghost from Toastmaster Anand?
His friend.
Yeah, his friend. Yeah. Over to you, Toastmaster Joan.
Thank you so much. A big round of applause for the TAGL team. I know it's night, but still, this is how we encourage our role players, right? They are doing a fantastic job. Now, if you look at the time, it's 9:32, and I still have to give the general evaluators report. So I'm not going to give a detailed report today because we are already over past the time. I have to bring out but one big question to the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. While designing the agenda, shouldn't we look at the number of evaluations and then decide the time? In the past agendas, I have seen that general evaluation has been given 25 minutes, 30 minutes, when the evaluation projects were only 3. Okay. Today we had 4 evaluation projects with introduction of every evaluator. If you'd make the calculation, then you will at least minimum need 4 minutes per evaluation with the introduction. Minimum. It actually goes beyond 4 because I'm not even taking into account the timing that the tech master needs to, do the transitions from one participant to the other. So 4 minutes into 4 projects, that's 16 minutes there. Then you have the TAGL team report. TAGL team report, the timer are counted, they don't give the reports in just 1 minute, right? Grammarian takes a lot of time, listener takes a lot of time. You have assigned 20 minutes for a general evaluation session, which even bare minimum, without the general evaluator giving you any evaluation, will cross 20 minutes. So I have a very big request that when you design the agenda, please also keep this in mind, because evaluation is a very important part of the meeting. What is the point of us doing these speeches and roles again and again if we don't think about if the feedback is good enough and we have enough time to take the feedback? How will we improve ourselves, right? So the agenda has gone for a toss completely, I feel, because the calculations were not done according to the time required for the evaluation TAGL team. And hence, I don't have time to give you a general evaluation. That's my only request, that next time, let's plan the agenda in such a way that the GE has at least bare minimum time to give an evaluation. Thank you so much. Fantastic audience. It's already 9:30. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, General Evaluator and the TGL team was given wonderful evaluation. And while I'm concluding the theme part of the session, I would like to share that the best live example of overcoming fear is the journey of Toastmaster, who decided to overcome not only the fear of stage, but also many meticulous parameters which are necessary in public speaking. And we also know that there are a number of people outside who still are fearing the stage and never face the stage in their lifetime, or they have not been able to encash the opportunity, and thus a human potential is lost. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer of the day, DTM Sourav Dutta. DTM Sourav Dutta, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. I will not take a lot of time. We will just wait until the polls are conducted. The polls are conducted, Sudharma? Sudharma, the polls are done? Okay. Are we doing only the TT speaker poll, not the other ones?
No,
We'll do, right?
evaluations or we do. We have to do.
Okay, thank you so much. So anyone wants to share their feedback? Sangeeta, Geetika, we have a few guests with us still now. Geetika, you are joining us for the first time.
Yeah, it's my first time ever with the Toastmaster, and I'm super impressed. I'll join more times in future. So I heard a lot about Toastmaster, but this is my first time, so very excited. I think firstly I must compliment. Sorry, I don't know. My screen is sharing favorite evaluator.
Yeah, you have to vote on that. So if you click, you
I
can
did choose, but it is not going, so I can't see. Damn it. Oh,
submit
God.
at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, sorry. Back to my comments. Firstly, I'm in awe of how Joane Joseph gave her comments on everybody. Truly mesmerizing. Second was Lakshmi. I think there was so much of poise, and it seems like that is a Rika guy, literally. Very well spoken. Then Sourav, you seem to be like a fantastic storyteller. I think I can listen to you for long. I didn't care whether the time was over, but I really wanted to listen to you more, to be honest. Smruti, you really have that charm, that smile. While of course evaluation is important for your own improvement, but you can really captivate the audience with the way you speak and your presence. And because probably you're also dressed up so well, it just adds to the aura. I feel so as a presenter. So yeah, otherwise I think everybody was fantastic. The table Toastmaster who was giving the topics, I think she was so on point, like giving the topic and then summary. It was a great job. Most of the audiences did really add the questions. I know, Joanna, you told that the sentences shouldn't have been long, but as somebody who loves writing, I really enjoyed those themes, like where will your younger self take you or whatever. I really enjoyed. I mean, I wasn't an evaluator, so that's why as a general public, I was thoroughly enjoying. My first experience has been wonderful. I hope I get to join more of these Toastmaster. I will try to join more and become better in my art of public speaking. So thank you for this platform. And by the way, Ankit, I think Ankit has left, but he introduced me to this Toastmaster Club. So I just wanted to call him out and thank Ankit Makhija. He only shared the link with me. So thank you. I think it was a wonderful session.
Thank you so much, Geetika. Thank you for joining and thank you for your lovely words. Sangeeta, if I'm not wrong, you are Sangeeta from Toastmasters Nagar Pride, right, Sangeeta?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Sangeeta, your comment. Any feedback?
No, I think I have enjoyed a lot, and the theme what you have chosen and how introspective the Toastmaster of the day was, and the TTM topic, I really enjoyed a lot. So to me, overall, it's a great positive experience and introspective. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So much, Sangeeta. So I'll not waste any more time. I'll just mention one quick thing, that today's meeting was on fear. And there are so many people in this meeting who are good examples of overcoming fearlessness, of overcoming the fear. I know Joane wanted to talk about Bimpy, so she didn't get the time. So I would want to mention this, that Bimpy is probably one of the best examples that I can give. You know, when she initially came in, she was extremely shy and she was a little tongue-tied. And now the way she's introducing, she's conducting table topic sessions, absolutely amazing. And there's so many such examples that I know in the Gabbys. Even Atul, initial days, he was like extremely, a very, very shy person, but now he's doing every role with so much of confidence. So all the new members, Raghav, Dhanej, so you guys are doing great and absolutely fabulous. Whatever the poll results are, I don't want you to think about that too much. There's always one more meeting and there's one more opportunity. So let me now quickly announce the results. So the best role taker for today is General Evaluator, Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Congratulations, Joane. Very well done. Thank you so much for your inputs. And yes, your point is well taken. I think one of the reasons being that in the Gabbys, we take things in a little bit of an autopilot mode. So sometimes we don't do a lot of scrutiny. And time and again, it helps us. I always love these road bumps, the speed breakers and road bumps to avoid us getting into a highway hypnosis. The meetings keep on happening seamlessly. So, we don't really pay attention, but thank you so much for the wake up call. And I'm pretty sure Sudharma has taken notes, underlined it, put it in bold, in paragraphs, quotes and everything. So ensure that it doesn't happen. So she will talk to the Sergeant at Arms and secretaries and we will get this fixed. Thank you so much. Then we have the best table topic speaker. And that again goes to Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Congratulations, Joane, for a double win today. The favorite auxiliary role taker goes to Raghav Kundrapu. Congratulations, Raghav. First time in this role, right? Congratulations. And this is again something which I love. Raghav, so did you know these words before? There's rhetorical devices like rule of three.
Few of them. Actually, today I researched about them and I learned them. So.
Exactly. And I deliberately asked this question because I didn't know even 5 of the 40 rhetorical devices that I know now. I use in the Grammarian's report. And I learned that when I took up the Grammarian role. There was a time when I would take at least 2 Grammarian roles every week. And the intent was to learn these rhetorical devices and see, knowing the names is one part. But identifying when someone is using it, that is the more important part. And that is the more critical part. You can go and wrote the names. That's not a big deal. Or you can Google to find this one. But then you will not be doing justice. Sometimes people also make fool of themselves. Like I've seen people pronouncing hyperbole as hyperbole. And that just shows that you are uninformed or you're half knowledge, right? Kind of a thing. So good job with this, Raghav, and keep investing in these roles. For everyone else, please take up the Grammarian role. It really helps in building your English language skills, choice of words, rhetorical devices, and so on. The favorite evaluator for today is someone who told our TTM how well she conducted the session, and that's our evaluator 4, Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujatha. Congratulations, Lakshmi. Evaluator 3, rather, sorry. Evaluator 3, Lakshmi Sujatha. Thank you. With that, I adjourn this meeting of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. We will be meeting again on Thursday at 7 p.m. for the speech marathon of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club, where we have 8 speakers and 8 evaluators. It's going to be one big event. Don't miss this one. Same link. Geetika, you wanted to ask? Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to know how to participate as a grammarian, or I have zero idea.
So would you mind putting your number on the chat? Put it on a PM with me. I will ask one of our VP memberships to get in touch with you.
Sure. Should I put it in the chat right now here?
Yeah, put it on a PM to me. Send me a private message on chat.
Okay, sure.
That way I will ask one of our VP memberships. One of them is already here, Smruti Mohanty, and most possibly she'll be the one getting in touch with you.
Sure.
Okay. So
all right. Great, thank you.
Number before you leave, otherwise we'll not get your number. I've sent you. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.
Bye everyone. Have a nice week. Pleasant week ahead. Bye.